or Bigi boy?
You said what?
Is it is it Jairzinho Bigi boy or Bigi boy?
Nah, it's BG boy, right?
Bigi? Yeah. See, I knew he was gonna play that on me, man.
Then I was about to hit him with that. You introduced the fighters, yeah. All right, and then in the main event we got Jairzinho, Bigi boy, Rozenstruik versus Augusto Sakai. Man, what you think?
I think
So funny, bro.
you, bro. Sign out. I think Rozesnstruik. I consider him like a counterpuncher, a patient fighter.
Yeah, for sure.
He uses kickboxing. I think, oh my gosh, his only knockout came from Francis Ngannou, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I think that says a lot.
Yeah,
I think that
true.
says, like, you know, he could only be cracked by the best and by the strongest. So I don't think Sakai is gonna finish this fight. It's weird because I think Rozenstruik, he was really fading in that Overeem fight, like as the rounds went on. But I think
I think that was literally like that was his downfall for sure, man.
Yeah, and I was like, it was so weird because like he kind of came alive or like caught a second wind or something in that last round.
Mm-hmm. And I think he started off really strong too.
Yeah,
I thought he might have took some of those early rounds too, but he gassed out. And then once he got, he got taken to the ground and he couldn't get up. But I don't know if that was because he's not skilled enough, or was it because he was absolutely exhausted.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know, man. How do you rate Jairzinho? Well, we really haven't seen his wrestling that all too much. Do you think he's gonna look for the grappling in this matchup?
Who, Jairzinho is gonna look to grapple Sakai?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so. Just because I don't know. I think he could probably take Sakai's biggest punch, and I think they're both gonna be patient on the feet. I think because I think Sakai going into this fight, he knows Rozesnstruik has power. You know, you saw what he did to Overeem slip.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, there's no doubt in his mind that, you know, he could take him out. So I think he's gonna. If anything, I think maybe Sakai tries to go for a takedown.
Interesting.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think in best interest for both of them, I think they keep it on the feet. I think.
I feel that. I think Sakai for sure. I don't see him looking for the takedown, especially for how bad he looked under someone like Overeem, who's not necessarily the greatest wrestler, the greatest grappler. I think he's just. I feel like he's not even going to have to worry about that.
What, the takedown?
Yeah, because Rozenstruik is not going to take him down because he's just going to wait for the counter, because that's just his style, that kickboxing counter style. You know, he has that win over Overeem, but I mean, if you saw that fight, you know, he was backing up the whole time, and Overeem kind of had his way with him. I don't even think he won a single round. Yeah, Rozenstruik, until he won the fight, and then people kind of erased all that.
You know, that stoppage was weird to me.
Yeah, it was for a lot of people.
Yeah, he did like a walk-off, right? Rozenstruik did like a walk-off, but the fight wasn't over. You know?
Yeah, a lot of people were like, the ref shouldn't have rewarded the walk-off because he literally hit him. He fell. He was walking.
Yeah, he got right back up.
Yeah, but he did get right up. But I mean, then again, it's like, do you really want to
see him get
put to sleep? You know, he was hurt. But then again, you know, the clock was.
There was
almost
only like
done.
Yeah, I was like, there were like 5 seconds left when he called the fight, and I was like,
yeah, but I mean, at least like most people know, he was losing that fight. You know, the Ngannou fight. You know, it's basically you get touched, you die. Unfortunately, he got touched.
Yeah,
and he died for a little bit, and then the Dos Santos fight. I actually feel like this fight might mirror that one, where Sakai's kind of the aggressor, but still very, very patient, and then he just gets countered. I think he can get countered a lot because, I mean, Sakai's defense is not too bad. I think he keeps his guard up pretty high, I believe. Or was that Overeem? I think that might have been Overeem, but you know, Sakai's a good striker. I think he'll look. I think as soon as he feels that counter, I feel like he's going to become very, very patient.
That's true.
Because Rozenstruik still has the power. Sorry, go ahead.
But then, wouldn't you think that once he touches him with that counter or something, that he would start pressuring him? Because he knows
who, Rozenstruik?
Yeah,
I think a little bit, but he's not that type to kind of like really push you backwards. Like, you know. I just don't see that happening. I see him probably for like forever. If this goes 5 rounds, I see him for like 90% of that time stepping backwards, waiting for that one shot. Mm-hmm. And that's actually why, in my opinion, he lost his last fight to Gane, and Gane was super patient. I feel like both the Dos Santos fight and the Gane fight, this fight could go like either of those, right? But the thing is, Gane is, I think, much more technical than Sakai is. And so if he wants to play that patient game and just beat Rozenstruik at a decision, I don't know if he, has the crispness to kind of get there. Just because he's a little sloppy on the striking.
He's a little slower than them, too.
Yeah, for sure.
So
Gane's kind of fast, man.
Yeah. He's beating him up with them leg kicks, too.
Who?
He was beating Gane was beating Rozenstruik with the calf.
Oh yeah, that front kick is there.
Yeah,
but I mean Sakai doesn't really throw kicks that much.
No,
he kind of holds his hands a little low, but I don't know. I think for sure that counter shot is there, but I think Sakai will play it safe and kind of ride that decision. I think he'll be able. He will get touched. I don't think he'll go out, but I think he'll get touched a few times. But I think he'll do enough to win the round. And I don't see him finishing Rozenstruik. I just think the threat of the counter is too high. And I see Sakai kind of cruising to an easy decision. Might not be the most exciting fight, but I see him playing that safely. What do you think?
I think the opposite. I think Rozenstruik is going to... I do agree with you in the matter that I don't think either of them is going to knock each other out, or the fight's going to finish in that style. But I think Rozenstruik will win by decision. I think he'll actually, once he hits Sakai with that counter punch or something, he's going to start adding a little more pressure to it. And then I think, I don't know, maybe I have faith that he's going to go for the takedown. So.
Who? Rozenstruik?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, he's going to take
also wrong.
But I mean, like, I think going into this one, I think if he even gets one like takedown on Sakai, I think that would probably take a lot of gas out of him.
I don't know. That would Rozenstruik would have to literally look at everything he's built himself, right? His kickboxing, all that, and just toss it out the window in order for him to start wrestling. Nah, man, I think you're on drugs. You saw to come test this, man. There's no way he's gonna look for the takedown, bro.
But I think that I mean, wouldn't you think that's like a good way to win that fight against Sakai, though?
Yeah, but the thing is, I mean, Sakai, I'm for sure he practices at least some wrestling, right? There's no way he's like a defensive wrestling specialist or anything like that. But Rozenstruik has never been that wrestler, so if he decides to wrestle, I don't see how. It's kind of like he's not good enough to take him down, because he's just never practiced the wrestling. Like that's never been his thing. I think he really believes he'll win by his style, like because I mean he's pretty good at it. I mean he's gone this far. He only has I think 2 losses on his record.
Yeah,
and it's against the current. Oh no, he has. Hold on, I can't read numbers. Yeah, he only has 2 losses, and it was against the champion Ngannou and then Gane, who's coming up, and
they're both pretty big guys too.
Yeah, they're humongous, man. Yeah. They've actually sparred together, and Gane looked seriously bigger than Ngannou, bro. Right. I swear, and he was marking him too. So I mean, that's I don't know who let that out, but that was years ago. That was years ago too. But I mean. Why are we talking about this? We're talking about the wrong heavyweights, man.
I mean, do you think? So, all right, what is Sakai ranked now? He's like 10 or something, right?
Yeah, he's actually not that high. Actually, yeah, he's I think 11. Let me look this up.
And then Rozenstruik, you said, was what? Like 5?
I believe he's top 5 at least. But I'm gonna look this up real quick. These are the official UFC heavyweight rankings. We have Francis. I was about to call him the GOAT. Francis, the champion. Stipe, Derek at 2, Cyril Gane at 3. Who are we talking about? Oh, Jairzinho's at 6, and then Sakai's at 9.
So it's. I mean, I was gonna say like, do any of them really have a like almost like a title run going on? But I think it doesn't help that Rozenstruik lost to Ngannou already.
Yeah, it does not look that great.
And then I think Sakai just jumps up the rankings. I think he has to face someone in the top 5 in order to be like a title contender after that.
Yeah, for sure. Especially because he's going from winning a split decision to Blagoy Ivanov, he's a very durable fighter. Like if you haven't heard the commentary, he got stabbed in the heart and survived. They mention it every single time. He went from that to Overeem. And, Overeem obviously is maybe, at the latter end of his career, but he's still a great fighter, right?
Yeah.
And he lost him, so it's like, can he handle that step up in competition? We've seen Rozenstruik do it already, and he hasn't had the best success. He knocked out Dos Santos, who's also at the latter end of his career, but was still kind of solid. I wouldn't say he was as solid as Overeem, though. But, he lost to Francis, who's the best heavyweight right now. And then Gane, who's also a really great heavyweight. So both guys haven't had success making that jump.
Yeah.
But I think with the win here, Sakai could easily line himself up. I think he would need one more win, though. Because if he beats Jairzinho, who is the number 6 guy, excuse me, he could jump up to number 6, and I think he would need one more fight. Maybe that Gane fight. Maybe Stipe if they don't run that back. I mean, I don't see him fighting Volkov. I feel like that wouldn't put him. Oh, maybe Curtis Blades. Curtis Blades is coming off a really bad knockout loss. And then I think he would just need just that one, and maybe he could possibly get the title shot. Rozenstruik, I think, would need to do a little more, especially because he has lost to him.
Yeah.
To Ngannou. But
is there a fight planned for Ngannou at the moment? No, right?
At the moment, no, but there's it's for sure either going to be John Jones or it's going to be Derek Lewis. And from what I've heard, from what John has said, how he needs more time, it looks like it's going to be Derek Lewis. Sorry, my voice cracked. They're going to run that one back, and hopefully it's not as great as the last one.
Dang. Well, I mean, because I was thinking, I think Ngannou could probably fight twice by the time John Jones is ready.
He should. I think he'd do himself a lot of favors staying active.
Yeah.
I don't know why him and the UFC do not want to give Stipe that third fight. Yeah. I feel like if he can take out Stipe twice, man, which I think is very possible, I think it looks so good, especially because a lot of people consider Stipe the heavyweight GOAT because, he's broken records. Yeah. If he can take him out twice, I think Derek Lewis is a huge threat to him because I think he can match his power. And, Ngannou's been hit clean by a few heavy hitters like Stipe and Rozenstruik countered him. But they don't have the power that Derek Lewis has. And I'd love to see if Ngannou can handle that. Yeah. Because that'd be crazy. True. So I do still think Derek Lewis is a threat. And I think this time Derek Lewis will kind of throw caution. What's it called? Caution to the wind. And he's going to look for the finish. But what are we talking about?
Yeah. I was expecting that first Derek Lewis fight against Ngannou. I was expecting a little more action, but
yeah, bro. But yeah, so I got Rozenstruik by I'm confused.
You had Sakai, I think.
I had Sakai. Yeah, you're right. I had Sakai by decision. I think he's gonna do enough to dance a decision. And you have?
I have Rozenstruik by decision.
By decision? Any specific round?
You said what?
Any specific round? You?
What do you mean?
We need Usada over here, bro. You said what? Check this man for drugs.
I said by decision. You said what round?
Oh, you said by decision?
Yeah, I was like, what?
You should say all 5, bro.
It's
a 5-round fight, bro. It's
2, 3, 4 now.
Do you think he wins every round decisively?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Do you think it's gonna be close?
I think it's gonna be closer than I think. Yeah. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, and obviously with these heavyweights, everybody can knock you out, man.
Yeah,
just takes that interesting. One punch. Yep. We've seen Rozenstruik go out. I don't think we've seen Sakai go out. But anything is possible. Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Sakai. You can go with Rozenstruik. Don't forget to watch the other videos to see all our other picks on this card. Anything you want to say, Jeff, before we dip?
No, just I'm gonna win.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's all for this one. These are our picks. This was Picking a Fight with Latch and
Jeff. I don't know. I got confused. Bro.
this man.
I was like, yeah. I was like, did he say Jeff?
Trust me,
this
I
time,
can tell
bro?
by your picks that you're very confused.
We
we had almost
I was
all
like, we had
similar
mostly the
picks.
same picks.
Yep, but those are our picks, and we'll see you after the fights. Let's get it.